I am Jay Tarantino, the Guitar Boss. Welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to be breaking down some of the sick licks that I just played for you right now. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for sponsoring me. Thank you for supporting my content. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is just a quick sample of the full lesson. You can sponsor me on Patreon. Check out the full video breakdown with tabs. All the links are in the description box below. Make sure you're warmed up and pay attention. So this is a solo that I get asked about quite a bit, and it seems to be one of the favorites that people really dig. And it's from the Ethereum song March and Defy. So there's two parts to this section. So we're gonna go over the first part in today's lesson, and then in the next lesson we'll go over the second half of the solo. So I'm gonna play it at full speed so you get the context of it. So here we go. So we're gonna break this lick down into three sections. So it's all based on pedal point technique. So if you don't know what pedal point technique is, or pedal point licks, pedal tone, there's a couple different ways it's referred to. It's basically a sustained or repeated note in a melody. And you know, Yngwie Malmsteen is famous for it. The intro riff to Crazy Train, that is all pedal point because Randy keeps going back to that F sharp note. So that's a great example of a pedal point or a pedal tone in a riff. So there's two ways that I do it. So I do it where I'm pedaling two notes, and I also do it where I'm pedaling one note. And in this case, we're doing a combination of the two. So the first section of this lick is pedaling two notes. So here's the lick slow. Start 8th fret on the G string, and it's all based in C minor, C harmonic minor, and it goes like this. So as you can see, I'm pedaling these two notes here. So that E flat and that D, 11 and 10 on the E string. So, and then I'm just, my bass notes are. So I'm going back and forth between C, B, A flat, G, and E flat. So between those are my bass notes, and then the 10 and 11, that's going to be my pedal. So again, that lick slow is. I would say the hardest part of this lick is really, especially at the tempo that it's at, the song is at 150 beats per minute, or that section is at 150 beats per minute. The hardest part is really getting the speed, the synchronization between 2, 3, and 4, because right here, when played at that speed, that can get real tricky sometimes. The fingers they get all messed up. It's like a tongue twister again for your fingers. And as far as the picking goes, there's nothing crazy. It's just all alternate picking, like pretty much like all of my licks. So again, starting on the 8th fret G string, we're going to start with a down stroke. We're just going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So. So I'm doing 8, 10, 10, 11, 10. So that's 8 on the G, then I'm doing 8 on the E. Again, going back to 10, 11, 10, or 11, 10, 11. Then we're going to 7. Then we're going to the 9th fret on the B string. Then we're going to 8. Then we're going back to 8 on the G. Then we're going back to 9 on the B. And then we're back to 8. So in between all those notes, again, we're going back to that melody, 11, 10, 11. So 3 and 4, that's going to be the fingers we're using. So again. So it's down, up, 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 down, up. So again, just alternate picking. From there, this is where we change the pedal a little bit, where we're pedaling one note instead of two. So from there, we're going to go to the 12th fret on the G with our index finger, and we're doing this lick. So as you can see, the difference with this lick and the previous one is that I'm actually just pedaling one note this time. We're just pedaling that 15th fret on the E string. So what I do is, because of the tempo and again because there's a lot of string skipping, once we get to the G and we get to the D, I actually introduce some hybrid picking into this lick. So I'm using my second finger. I'm going to pluck that 15th fret with my second finger and then hit the bass notes with the pick. So one more time, I'll play the lick slow and then we'll break it down a little more. So actually, I introduced the hybrid picking when I get to the B string. So again, one more time. So again, we're using that 15th fret E string as our pedal. So again, starting 12th fret on the G, we're doing 12, 15 on the E, then we're doing 13, 15, 11, 15, 10, 15. When we get to the B, this is where the hybrid picking comes in. So we're doing 13, 12, then we're doing 13, 12 again on the G, and then we're going to 10. So again, so right there, 13th fret, once we get to the B string, that's where I bring the hybrid picking in. So again, plucking the notes on the G or the notes on the E string with the second finger and then plucking the bass notes with the pick. So again. Then we get to the D string, we do the same pattern. We're doing 13, 12, 10, 12, 13. Or 13, 12, 10. So again, one more time. Alright, so from there we're moving up a half step and we're going back to the idea that I had going in the first section of this lick. So we're pedaling two notes now. So we're going to pedal 16, 15, 16 on the E string. So this lick, slow, goes like this. So again, sorry, 13th fret on the G and we're doing 13. Then we're doing 13 on E, then we're doing 11 on E, then we're doing 15 on the B. So again, we got that little pattern going on between the third and fourth fingers. So again, 15, 13, 12, then 13 on G, and then 13 on B. So again, that lick slow is. And again, we're using alternate picking. So down, up, 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 down, up. And again, nothing crazy going on, just alternate picking. Again, watch right here where you got the little pattern going on between the third and fourth finger. So that's a good exercise to isolate to get the independence going between these two fingers because they're the weakest fingers. So up here we had, and then down here we had. So up to there, we have, from the beginning, we have. So the final section of this lick goes back to the second idea we had going. We're going back to the 12th fret on the G and we're playing that same pattern. We're just changing the ending slightly. So it's the exact same pattern that we did the first time. So we just changed the pattern there at the end. So again, I'll play it slow. So it's. So again, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then the hybrid picking. So again, like I said, I do the hybrid picking. Once you get to the B string, get the second finger plucking that high note, and then the bass notes are being plucked with the pick. So one more time. And that's the first half of the lick. So here's the entire lick, again, played slow. And next lesson, we'll get into the second half of the solo.